Horsey, the son of Honor Code, who earned over $2 million in just 11 starts, is here and ready to do business. Horsey is here to do business. Horsey is here to do business.
All right, here we go again. All right, so tonight we have someone who's not so new to this stage, and I'm always excited when he's on. Someone who, to me, brings a lot of excitement to the platform and lots of knowledge, lots of information, and lots of transparency, as he puts it. So without further delay, let's welcome to the stage my man Darwin Clarke.
Hi, Derek. How you doing?
You know what? It just got really dark in your parts of the woods.
Yep, I'm live from my car, so I don't know if I have any more light to offer you, my friend.
That's fine, man. I can see you.
You can see
I
me.
see a little bit of light. And
yeah, I got my lights on. I don't know how much light I have.
You may have to go park underneath a street light.
Yeah, I may do that if it gets too dark, you know. Maybe
Actually, that's a pretty good idea.
maybe if I watch my car every now and then, but I'll look and see if I can get you some light.
For those who watching, first time being seen on this platform, Darwin Clarke, live
in my car
under a street light.
Yeah. Things are brung, as we'll say back home. So things are brung, my friend.
But you know what? It's all good still. But while you look for some light, it's all good. I can see you. People can see you, and definitely can make this happen on your way home.
If we were playing cricket, we can say I appeal for light, right? But that is not the case. I think that's a little better.
Yeah, that's good, man. We can see you. We're good to go.
If it gets darker, I would look for stuff.
So you're not being a stranger to this platform, man. How you been and how you doing and what's new? What's going on?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm trying to get some more light here. Figure out this car.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's good. Good light there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. See that?
If anybody watching out there and you can see Darwin Clarke pretty good, you can hit me up in the comments and say thumbs up, whatever. He's all good to go. That's all we need to know.
There must be more light somewhere around here. I just couldn't find it. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we'll call Sean Paul. Just give me the light.
Give me the light. Yeah, I think that light is adequate. I didn't read a manual for my car, obviously, because I'll figure out where all the lights are.
Hey, are those days finished, Darwin? When you get a car and you look over everything, or you still do that?
Yeah, no, I don't do that, man. I get in, start the engine, go. That's it. I was walking beside my car the other day, and the trunk opened up, and I'm like, oh my God! I didn't realize I had that on the car. I don't read. I just start it up and drive, man. I'm not mechanical. Yeah. Some other thing I figured out just the other day too by driving it. Yeah, like my steering wheel got really hot, and then I realized, I got heated steering. Okay, that's cool. Boom, turn it off. Yeah, but takes a while to get used to it. But yeah, how are you? I don't know if I answered you that before.
Well, you did, but I don't think I answered, and I'm all right. I'll be better once spring comes around, but for now I'm all right. I mean, this is fall. It's absolutely the season that I don't like.
Wow.
I gotta say, fall. I don't like fall. I like I like a bit of winter going into spring, and I like summer. You know,
Right.
but
Well,
fall.
the say spring always give us hope, you know. So people here like spring also, but I don't mind the winter. I definitely like the 4 seasons and Christmas and but yeah, like February, I'm ready. It's like get it over with. Let's get into spring and go. That is me.
But my attitude been changing over the years. I'm not so harsh on fall, but
All right.
is I'm not so big on it. But it's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk some races and talk some horses, and let's talk about some business and see what's going on, man. So
Business is good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, well, I mean, you got a number of horses in Barbados, and currently, how many horses you got down there right now?
About 10, I think. Let me think. Hold on. 3, 6, 9, actually.
9
Yeah.
horses.
Yeah.
And in North America, you got a few as well.
Yeah. So I have just a mirror in Canada. And then I brought the baby back to the US because I lost one. I don't know if I told you that, but my 3-year-old, sorry, he broke his leg in a race there a couple months ago. Yeah. So just one will be running there next year.
Man.
But all in all, yeah, everything's good, man. I mean, it's part of racing. He was a sound horse and, snapped his leg and that was it.
Well, I know that now you're doing some really good things with the racing in Barbados and helping out the race part of Barbados when it comes to horses. But would you ever jump into Canada a little bit more deeper or what?
I may. I mean, yeah, we were running 2 last year, so right now we only have 1, so we might get a 2-year-old. I'm not sure. I mean, let's see how the year goes, but maybe February sale, maybe an April sale, get something for Steven so he can have 2 again. But we'll see how it goes. Right now, not to jump around you, but in Barbados for the Gold Cup, we'll be shipping in a horse for the Gold Cup. So we'll see how that goes, and then we'll go from there to see if we'll get a 2-year-old for Western Canada. Yep.
Nice. I guess you've already said it, but any name, or do we wait in suspense to know which horse it is, or
Yeah,
is how this game plays?
Well, I know the horse, I know the name, I know everything, but we'll hold off on the name for at least another month. Then I'll call you and let you know what the name is. Yeah, but the horse is already identified. Talk to the shipper, who will be probably Ted Stoneholder, and
Man,
we'll go from there.
Holder.
Yeah.
Well, he's the man that shipped a horse to he shipped a couple horses to Barbados, and one of them actually became the winner of that Gold Cup. So
Correct.
I'm pretty sure he must be excited too as well.
Yeah, we're trying to duplicate that. We'll see if we can do it. But yeah, this horse, he's a colt, and so we're excited, man. Run some high 90 buyers, or speed figures. So I think he's good for the Gold Cup.
Not to meddle too much, but is this horse coming from Canada or coming from the U.S.?
Oh my God! I'll give you another little. Yeah, it's coming from Canada, so another nugget for you, Derek. Here's another little nugget.
All right, then I'll work on that nugget and build it and see what happens. Snowball it a bit there and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll keep it on the DL for a little longer. But,
you know what? There's a lot of Canadian content when it comes to horses lately. Horsemen and horses and all that stuff. There's a lot of Canadian stuff.
Yeah, Canada, they have a nice horse population. I mean, they have some good horses there. I mean, Rapunzel got her from Canada, and she runs really well. But yeah, you can get. I can only say from the U.S. dollar standpoint, but you can get really good value by grabbing a horse, out of Canada versus the U.S.
And that's the dollars, right? The dollars
Yeah,
make sense.
exactly. And the thing is, you have such a good template because some of the horses run in Gulf Stream, so you know where they're at, where they fall, and then they go to Canada and run for a cheaper price. So if you want to claim one, yeah, it would be a good place to start.
Nice.
Yeah.
So lots of opportunity in the Canadian market.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and like now is a good time to claim one because people will drop in.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't want to winter their horses and stuff like that. So you might get a nice horse at a great price.
I'll keep that one in the back pocket and remember that one.
Yeah, and that was a knock. Some people knock the horses in Barbados saying, "Oh, they were cheap," but it's like, okay, it's not a cheap horse. Just got him at a value price.
Opportunity.
Yeah, I think Rapunzel got claimed for 7,500 Canadian. I mean, I think if you rate the horses in Barbados, she's probably about top 10, top 11, maybe. But she's a good horse. She won 3 or 4 races already, hit the board several times. I mean, she worked out really well for 7,500 Canadian.
And she ran the other day. She ran second or third?
She went second. Yeah, she went second.
Wow.
Run a nice race, but I thought she got a little tired. But she didn't run for a while. So, but yeah, I think the time before that she won. Yeah, she won the race before that. So, very nice horse. Not top class, but if you get her the right handicap, yeah, she'll make some noise. Yeah.
And your top horse, which a lot of people love, which is Jocular. She ran also. She came in third in a very controversial horse race down in Barbados.
Yeah, she ran well. She had 130. I don't really have a lot of nice things to say about the handicapper, but that was a bad handicapping job. Last time I met Dominus in the spa, he gave me £5. I think he was at 32. I was at 27. And then I beat him by 3/4 of a length. Then the next meeting, I'm giving him £6. So that's an 11-pound swing. I mean, there's no way she's going to beat him after beating him by 3/4 of a length last time we met with 11-pound difference. So it was awful handicapping. I mean, 3/4 of a length, maybe 3-4 pounds different, bring the horses back even. But, she ran third. She ran creditable. She ran really well.
Well, I mean, being ups and downs in horse racing, and definitely, that's how it goes. As they run longer, these things will happen. They will definitely run second, third, fourth, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the obvious. I'm not complaining. We ran it with 130. Yeah. So we could have taken off 7, run with 23, bring us closer to Dominus. But it's like, you know what? You can't win them all. I mean, if you win at 35%, you're doing well. So you're doing well.
I mean, Jocular is a filly,
Yep.
and Dominus is a male horse.
Yep.
And isn't it the same thing in Barbados where like usually the fillies or the mares will get less pounds?
No, they don't. They don't even look at the sex allowance in Barbados. I mean, it's a whole different scheme of handicapping. I don't understand it. I think fillies and colts is usually 2 or 3 pounds. They will get for sex allowance because females aren't physically stronger than males. But it doesn't seem to exist in Barbados, and I'm not bitching and moaning. I'm just stating the obvious. That's all. But whatever. I mean, we'll run until we find the right spot, and we'll win. So.
Well, Jocular is how old right now, and Dominus is he a full horse or is he a colt still?
Yeah, I think he's 5. I think he'll be 6 next year, and I think Jocular is 4, turning 5. Let me think. I got 3-year-old, 4. I think she's turning 5 actually. Yeah. So she's still young. I mean, like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, the handicapper needs to get better at what he does.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Well, it's always I always leave room for improvement
Yeah.
and room for learning. Sorry,
He-
so I don't go too hard on those guys because they probably got their own system. You know, everywhere got their own system, I guess.
well, that one, I'm trying to figure out their system. And for the life of me, I cannot make sense of it. So maybe the handicapper will call me someday and like, hey, Darwin, you idiot. This is why we do it, and this is what we do, and that's why my horses finish in a straight line. But I don't see that. I mean, not to stay on the Dominus and Jockler bandwagon, but Dominus ran against Sir Jimmy and the lights of those. I think Sir Jimmy had 103. He had maybe 135. So he's given a horse, and the 35 might be wrong, but let's say for argument's sake, he had 130. I think it was like 33 or 35. But you're giving a horse 30 pounds, right? The horse beat you. And what did the handicapper do? Drop Dominus in class. I mean, you have 30 pounds to work with. You have a delta of 30 pounds. You could squeeze him, 10 pounds less, 15, any amount, but you drop the horse in class. So he was like, I 2 points lower than when Jockler meet him in the spa. But this is for running against Sir Jimmy and the lights of those type of horses. Not to say he ran against a top class, but like I said, I don't know what to make of the handicapping, but hey, it's their world. I'm just a squirrel, so I try to get my
like
nut.
that.
I try to get my nut every now and then, that's about it. But
I like
no
that.
complaints here.
But before we jump off Dominus and so forth, I just want to ask because isn't Dominus the more dominant horse down there?
Yeah, he's the best sprinter in Barbados. I mean, no doubt.
So how do you drop a horse that is that good?
For the life of me, I can't explain it. I mean,
Hmm.
someone will have to explain it to me, especially when he's given a horse that beat him 35 or 30 something pounds. I mean, you can do so much adjusting there. But anyway, but still on the dominant strat, they disqualified the poor horse last time. And Derek, they could have gone around 10 more times. No one was going to beat Dominus. So, I mean, the horse won on merit. And I realized the next day that he got disqualified. So, I watched
Yeah, I saw that
I watched
too.
the race live.
The
And then I
next
watched
day,
it
yeah.
maybe 10 times after just to see how Jockler ran. And then the next day I'm going back in to watch the race again. I noticed he got disqualified. But I mean, Ray had came in slightly. He was like maybe a horse off the rail, but in my opinion, just my humble opinion, he didn't do enough to impede the Bodie Tap horse. But I'm not a steward. I'm just Darwin Clarke, so I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, if they're calling it that way, that's fine. But I didn't see where it was justified to take him down.
Well, speaking of that, and let's stay on that topic because I brought this up last time I spoke with Dean, Dr. Dean,
Okay.
and I asked him if he thought that the jockey, addressing, the incident on public media, if that was a wise move because. What's your thoughts on that? As an owner, you used to be a jockey, a trainer. What's your thoughts on that?
I did not see the post. I'm not big in social media and stuff like that. So I didn't see the post. But I mean, horse racing and the integrity of horse racing is under so much scrutiny now. I think if you have a axe to grind, you can do it other places. I mean, but I don't know what he said. Hopefully it wasn't negative against horse racing. But we live in the U.S., freedom of speech, so you can say, I was displeased with the decision, but as long as it's not too damaging to the game, like I said, I don't know what he actually said, but so it's hard to comment on something, but hopefully it wasn't, damning the stewards or what, or this is unfair. It comes and goes. I mean, like I told you previously, I had a couple of my horses that got knocked down in races, but I would not object because it was so far out and my
Yeah.
horse got beat 2-3 lengths. It was a solid beating. So why object, you know? But I just think, you know, especially as a writer like me, I don't care what people think of me or what I say. I mean, what's the blowback? You know, I'm not going to get any smoke from anything. But as a writer, you have to be careful. You have to be cautious on what you say and how, and because people will read it. You know, some people will take offense to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, I read what he said, and it wasn't bad. I mean, I thought it was actually really well written, but social media is very funny. You can get backlash left, right, and center, especially
Yeah.
if you're in the public eye, like a jockey. Like I was explaining to Sheena Ryan a few weeks back that, once you, and she told me the same thing too. Once you're a jockey, you just become in the public eye a lot more visible. So you got to be
Right.
careful in
Mm-hmm.
what you do and when you're out there. So, yeah.
But,
Anyways, he got his own ship to sail.
yeah, but I mean, you can learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to make them too. I'm not saying he made a mistake, but you know, your horse got moved. Yeah, you'll be angry, but eat some humble pie and move on. You know, there's nothing you
That's
can
right.
do.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Just move on. I
That's
mean,
it.
back on when Jockler wanted to spa, there were people wanting to object and this and that. I'm like, have at it, do your thing, you know. But obviously she didn't get moved. But it's still you have to let people or let things run their course and stay humble, especially a writer, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just my take on that.
Well, if you're watching right now, we got Darwin Clarke. He's live and he's in his car somewhere parked up underneath a tree.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
He's on his way home. He just had
Things
to
are
pull
tight.
over. And
Yeah, things are tight. So that's where I'm living out right now. Yeah.
After that loss, the jocular loss in Barbados, you had to just sell everything and park
Yeah,
out in
and
the car.
revert to the car, buddy. Yeah, yeah. the train came off the tracks.
Oh man, too many horses and not enough houses, man.
There you go. Yeah. So, as the Barbados, we say, you got to beg for a lodging, my friend.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
I think somebody would take me in, though. I mean, I got some friends. I'll call the Rock, see if he could squeeze me in. You know, one of
Rock?
yeah, I'll call him up and say, hey, I need to couch surf for a year or two.
Well, Rock been doing some really big things down there in
Yeah, I
Ohio.
see that. Yeah. Won championship, the summer championship this year. And I think he's like third or fourth at Mahoning Valley. So, yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, Rock. He had a really, it's funny how things can change just like that, And sometimes it takes a little bit of good advice or just some determination, and just sometimes it works out, just works out. Keep working.
Yes, you have to keep grinding, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Now I want to ask you something about your horses down in Barbados, and I mean you told me that you had some falls.
No, not yet, but
Not yet.
next year, yeah. Yep, next year we have 1, 2, 3. So just I'm starting to sound like the bad news bearer right now, but I think last Tuesday I had a mare aboard full. So just 3, hopefully 3 next year on the ground, hopefully. But
Okay.
as far as the business,
best wishes, and hopefully everything works out for you.
thank
and
you,
your
sir.
team.
Yeah.
Now, are you finding that the number of horses are increasing in Barbados, or they're decreasing still, like people were saying?
I really don't know. I know some guys just bought some 2-year-olds, so that should add to the population. But I really don't know. I can't see the stats for the last couple of years versus what's going on this year. But hopefully they're increasing. I mean, that's what we need: some more horse owners, people to invest, spend a few dollars, and keep the racing to what it's supposed to be. I mean, it's a fun thing. I like it, so as long as I can help, I'll help.
That's right. That's right. I just gotta commend you too. After you just said that, because of you're doing such a great job in helping that part of the world. Sending horses and just contributing. You have trainers, grooms. You're setting up a whole business down there with people able to feed themselves. You know what I mean. So that's pretty
Right.
awesome.
Yeah.
I hope people are watching, like people who can actually make a difference and understand sometimes it doesn't take a lot, especially if you become a little bit more successful than others.
Yeah, just little increments. That's all it takes, man. A little commitment. We can do big things.
That's right. That's right. Now, last year was no, this year in 2023, was this your first Gold Cup as an owner?
Yes, sir. First ever. I mean, I
I,
trained as a trainer. I had a horse in the Gold Cup, but yeah, first as an owner. Yeah.
Now I know last time we spoke on air was March or April or something
It's
something
been a
like
long time. Been a long time. I thought you hated me, man. I started like, whoa, my boy don't love me no more. So
that. No. That's not it at all, man. It's just been grinding away too as well.
yep,
Trying to make this thing happen, doing it in a professional manner, as
correct.
you want to put it.
Yeah, no, you've been doing well. I mean, I got no hard feelings, to you. You're not having me on your show,
Well,
but yeah,
this platform, when I bring people on, I want to make sure it's all about them and not about me. And
yeah,
I also want to make sure that you get the full ear and the full time that you deserve. So that's why we do it this way, and we plan it and we organize it so that people understand it's all about you. Bring your stories
yeah.
and tell us all what's going on, right?
Well, I know right now, Barbados, the vibe is that we're getting licked, so we're not winning as much as we were. But I don't get that. I look at the stats and I'm like, still think we're doing well. I mean, jockey after the spa had 1, 2, 3 races. She finished second, third, and she was off the board once. Vively had, I think, 2 races or maybe 3. She won, ran second, and ran third. So I don't know where the licks are coming from, but yeah. I think Rapunzel ran 4, I think. She won 2, ran 4th. I think she was once off the board. I ran second. So yeah, I mean they're doing well, but I mean we're not like dominating like we were before. So I think that's part of their perception. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, those blue and yellow aren't, leading in quite as often, but we'll get back there. The 2 mirrors are going to run well in the JB Simpson. They actually changed that race, I think, from a weight race to a condition race, but it doesn't matter. Whatever weight we get, we'll run with. And then we have the Diamonds, which we should run well in. The Coolmore Spa Gold Cup. So that's our plan throughout March. Hopefully it goes well.
Let's hope it goes well, and let's hope that Darwin Clarke or maybe even Rocco or somebody come on this platform again and actually make somebody go out there and buy some horses.
Well, like I said, we're bringing one, so we're not going to sit on our hands and hope for the best. So we're going to go out and try to make some stuff happen. You can't do the same thing and expect a different result. So we'll reload. So that's what we're doing right now.
Now you're being pretty tight with this name of this horse and so forth, which is fine. But you don't have to tell me. I don't need people to know right now. But let me put it this way. Say for instance, just like how the rappers, somebody might leak. Leak the tape.
Yeah.
Is it a possibility that this could happen?
Well, I already told you. I already gave you a nugget. The horse is currently running in Canada. What else? It's a colt. What else? He runs a 1.1 miles, 1.16 miles. So He'll run the distance. He has the stamina. What else I can give you? And he runs 90 something buyers, so speed figures. So that's a lot of info.
And that's a lot of horses that do that. So
and he's definitely coming to Barbados. So yeah, a lot of info right there, bud. So anyone wants to go out and shop, that's a requisite right now. So go do your thing.
They got to go up there and get a 103
yeah, 106 buyer. Yeah. But yeah, that's a lot of info. But
Indeed, it's a lot.
I'll drop the name here. Within a month, I'll call you back, and you can let your listeners know what's the horse's name, stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of people hitting up the shipper because you already dropped the name of the shipper. So there's going to be a lot of people. He got a lot of connections in Barbados.
Yeah, his phone is probably ringing right now. He's like, "What are you doing, BF? You're just dropping these things, and people are calling me now and yelling at me." Yeah, he can drop the name.
You know what happens in any business. The highest bidder will get the get all the rewards, right? Yeah. So, are you scared now?
I'm not, man. I keep my circle tight and my fence high, so I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Ted would be the guy that needs to, just zip it, keep it tight. But I mean, it really doesn't matter. I just figure within another month, I will let the fans know. So I'll come on your show for like 2 seconds and just drop the name and disappear.
That's all good. That's all good. I'm hoping that some of the other connections in Barbados would take this opportunity as well, just to have a few words and to get their words out there to the fans and to the public as well. I think it'd be pretty awesome. I would like that.
Well, I'm sure tomorrow I'll be getting calls, hey, is that true? I'm like, yep, confirm. Go watch Derek's show and you'll figure it out. But yeah, we're definitely sending something. So all systems are go right now.
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah. Now, Barbados itself, just for conversation's sake, pretend that there's nobody from the Garrison Savannah who is watching this show. Pretend there's no connections. On 1 to 10 scale, are you satisfied with how the Garrison is operating and everything else compared to when you were a youngster?
Oh boy, that's a hard comparison. I don't think I can see much growth. I'm sure people will tell me I'm wrong, but yeah, I would have to say no. There's not a whole lot, not a whole lot of difference. I think the potential to be better is there, but you have to work towards it. You just can't hope for a change. You got to make it. So it's not much difference. People go yell and get stuff in their favor, and I just don't get that part of life. I mean, we're 20 something 30 years removed from when I was around the Garrison, and a lot of things haven't changed. So I would have to say no.
Well, I mean, and that's fair. But in terms of operations point of view, they've now got the night lights, and that seems to be pretty cool from a TV point of view. I like that. I know there was, when I spoke with Dean, Dean was telling me that a lot of people bring the kids and the fans come to the racetrack where they get a close up to the horses.
Yeah.
And I guess after so many years of watching horse racing over here and just watching on TV, is that a thing to be close up to the horses?
Yeah, or it's a unique setting, but they always had that. That's not something new. The lights are new. I mean, you can have races after the fans get out from work, so that's a good thing. And thanks for bringing it up. And I mean, obviously there were changes, but I am talking about like directly towards the horsemen, And let me mention this too, they were given subsidies for imported horses, so that's very good. But the overall, I don't want to say the running of the turf club because people might think I'm singling them out, but a lot of things haven't changed on the admin side, put it that way.
Mm.
I think when you frame the races, you should have the provisional programs out earlier. It's good that the weights come out with the entries, but you can take a day or two and handicap it well and bring it out at a later date. You don't have to force to bring it out that day. I mean, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Should I even step on the steward's decision? Needs to be consistent. Yeah, so stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I would always say it's, what do you call, just conversation or constructive? Not even criticism, just observation. So I guess sometimes people take what you're saying and think you're criticizing, but to me, it's just like you see something, you just say.
Right, see it, yeah. Safety thing, but nobody listens to me, so I mean, what am I gonna do? I can't create change, so yeah, I just fall in line and whatever race is the right, I run. Whatever weight I get, I ran with it. I mean, I don't complain about that whatsoever. I might mention it on your show just to vent a little bit, but like call the turf club or send them an email. No, I don't do that. I tried when I first got back into it, and it was to no avail. So I was like, you know what, just forget about it.
Now,
Yeah.
I want to ask you about that. Now, as a man who's pretty successful and continue to exceed in what you do, do you ever feel slighted, like like that, like they're slighting you a bit when stuff like that happens, or you just say, you know what, it is what it is?
Yeah, I just roll with the punches, bud. Just keep my head out the way. That's about it. But I don't feel that way. I don't want to feel that way. And if my mind ever drifts that way, I always put myself back on track and say it is what it is. And I hate saying that, but right now it is what it is. If I was living there, maybe I would jump in and have more of a fight, But I just get to watch them on Saturdays and get my enjoyment and move on. Yeah. Don't get too low.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, I know that this doesn't apply to you because you're not connected to this horse, but somebody on Facebook asking whatever happened to It's a Gamble. But I know that you're not connected. Maybe somebody else can answer that question who's out there. I don't know.
Yeah, if I answer, it would just be speculation and hearsay, but I really don't know. I mean, I knew to give him a break after the Gold Cup, but it's been a while, and I don't want to speculate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the best way to put it. Now, speaking of horses, because it looks like that horse might be on the shelf or something. I'm not entirely sure. I've seen like a lot of people saying stuff on social media. So people are saying, the horse might be hurt and whatever. But that's speaking of a hurt horse, which is the horse you shipped to Barbados, Corsi. How is he doing now, and how many mirrors has he mounted, and how good a stud is he, and so forth? What's happening?
Yeah, Corsi, he's great. He's better than me. I think he had 10 mirrors when it was all said and done. I'm hoping this year he has a better book, more mirrors. But he's doing well. I mean, hopefully, I think he's going to be a very good stallion. I think he has like the best temperament I've ever seen on a stallion. He's super quiet, takes it easy, comes out, does his job without any fuss, and he just relaxes. We've actually turned him out with mares before, and you would think that he was a gelding. He was just grazing and chilling out with them. He has excellent conformation. Obviously, he had an accident with his shoulder, but great bone. I mean, the guy has some cannon bones out of this world. So he has great structure. And, when you start your show, you show the replays with him winning in Canada, and such a proficient stride. I mean, he's just easy over the ground. So with that being said, if he can fur that into his progeny, yeah, he is going to be a super stallion. Yeah, but we'll see. Couple years, we'll know for sure.
Well, he definitely got good blood, so that
Yep.
definitely helps.
I didn't even mention that. Just wait.
You know,
Conformation
good.
and body. Oh, by the way, yeah, he's well bred.
You know, good flowing blood always help a stallion. You
Oh,
know,
it
you need
does.
good blood to flow properly.
Yeah.
So that's one of the keys right there.
And people like
Now,
him too. People in Barbados like him. So
oh, they do.
yes.
Do you guys take him out and like the beaches and so forth and stuff like that?
No, he's chilling out at Dr. King's farm. I haven't seen him in months actually. I'm gonna have to have somebody swing by there and take some pictures because a lady in Canada, she was requesting some pictures of him, so I'll have to do that. But he's in good hands there. You know, that's where he
Oh,
was
that's good to
boarded.
hear.
Yeah.
Very good to hear. I know you're on your way home and you're parked out underneath the tree,
Yeah.
but I want to get I want to squeeze a few sentences out of you before you go and
Okay.
sail off home. Um, so one of the jockeys that left Barbados, Hazelwood, and he's
Yeah.
down there in Florida. Any thoughts on that move? And you spoken to him since he left?
Yeah, I think I actually spoke to him today. But yeah, I'm probably in contact with him maybe 3-4 times a week. He's galloping a lot of horses. He's gonna have an opportunity soon, but he knows that he moved to Gulfstream at a rough time of the year. The winter meet is coming up. All the big boys are going to be there, so I don't foresee him getting 2-3 rides a week from Safi until about March, April next year. Because there's going to be so much competition. And I think he understands that. It's just for the fans to understand it. I know I would safely say before the year ends, he'll probably ride a couple of horses for Safi. But it's going to take a while. I mean, you know, it's not like all the horses belong to Safi. He has owners that will want, Ortiz brothers, Sayaz. Then he has his local Gulfstream riders that win 3-4 races a week for him. So I think Tashawn understands that, and there's going to be a lot of pressure for him to jump ship, come back home, this and that. But he has to stick it out. He has to give it, a good 4 or 5 months, and then see where he's at.
Well, I mean, that's pretty cool. I hope that he has some mentorship around him that can actually help and coach him as he go along, because I don't know if he ever lived outside of Barbados before, but it's important that you got people who can guide you along once you make those kind of moves, right?
Yeah, I'm sure like every day, he probably misses his family and stuff like that. But he just got to put his head down and work. The time will go. It's going to go pretty fast, just keep your head down, keep working, and stuff is going to happen. But I mean, he's starting at a top track for a top trainer, and he just has to give it time. You got to be patient.
Yeah, well, that's the name of this sport, name of this game, patience.
Yep, exactly.
That's the name of it. Now, what are your thoughts on Rockhold making that move over here to Woodbine? Actually, did you get a chance to watch the race, or
For the big race?
it was a Breeder Stakes race?
Yeah, I watched the race. Yeah, I mean, if Rock is riding, I'm definitely watching. So, he rode a horse really well. I just think the distance was against the horse. I think the horse got a little tired. He didn't stay the trip, but he ran really well. I mean, that's a tough race. I think Rocco rode him really, really well. I'm not saying that because he's my friend, but if I thought he made any mistakes or whatever, I would say, what I thought he did wrong. And he knows me. I'm not going to mix any words when it comes to him and riding and stuff like that. So, yeah, he rode well. I'm hoping, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm hoping he can make that move to Woodbine next year, go up there and ride a couple.
Well,
hoping.
that'll be pretty. That'll be pretty cool. I actually
Yeah.
saw his Woodbine pass, and it looks like he's good to go until about April.
Okay.
April, sometime. I'll look at it again, but he got some dates that he's seems that he can get a
He's good
pass.
to go.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
But yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I think I don't know. I don't want to say he's kicking around the idea of probably coming there, frequently next year, but he's going to look into it for sure.
That's yeah. Well, let's keep it like that because I'll be talking to him sometime soon too. So let's keep it like that, and he'll be able to talk for himself.
Elaborate. Yeah.
I'm sure he's watching right now.
Yeah, he's probably watching. Yeah. I sincerely hope he knows what state he's in, because the guy is, riding in Mahoney Valley. Then he goes down to Mountaineer. Then he goes here. I think I actually saw him. I saw him in entries at Delta. I think in this weekend. I think.
Yeah, this weekend he's gonna be riding a couple horses.
I spoke to him today, and I forgot to ask him. It's like, dude, is this for real? But I'm sure it is. So, yeah, but he wins wherever he goes. I think a couple of nights ago he went to Mountaineer and won. Yeah. So he's been putting into work. That's very good.
Yeah, you call that elbow grease. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, whenever I call him, I was like, "Which state are you in, bud?" He will tell me.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of miles.
Yeah. We should pay him by the mile. He'd be doing all right.
Yeah, man.
Pay me by the mile, buddy.
Well, any other news and concerning Barbados and
I think I think the girls are gonna run well coming up. I know the fans were probably like, "Oh, they're running below par," but I think they're gonna run really well coming up. Like I said, we have the JB Simpson race on the 30th, and we have the Diamonds, and then we have the Coolmore Spa Gold Cup. So they're gonna run better. So tell the fans, don't get too down, And like I said, we're bringing an additional horse for the Gold Cup next year, so that will be some excitement. And other than that, I think it's business as usual. Just working church. I don't have any more breaking news.
All right, well that's great to hear.
And I can tell you this: the horse I'm bringing is definitely a machine.
A machine.
Yeah, he's a machine. It will make sense when I get off. You'll figure, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm chuckling inside.
So yeah, you're gonna pat yourself on the back and say, okay, yeah, this guy's pretty smart. Yeah.
Oh man, Darwin, you're really clever.
Yeah, yeah. So you can figure it out.
Yeah, I already did.
Okay. Wow, look at that. See, you're not as daft as I thought. You're a smart guy.
Hey, look, man. My memory bank is there. I don't always say, but it's there. It runs deep.
Well, I could give you a backhanded compliment and say, well, you hide it well.
Sometimes you got to, man. You got to play a little possum. You got to sometimes not say anything. That's sometimes the wisest thing to do, right?
What it says, if you keep your mouth, it's better to keep your mouth. I'm just paraphrasing, but it says, better to stay silent and let people think you're stupid than to open your mouth and prove them right.
Yeah. I mean,
paraphrasing. I don't remember how it goes, but something like that.
Yeah. I've heard a few of those things, and you hear that a lot from a lot of different sources. You once you're not speaking loud, people have a different view of you, right? So it's all good.
I have a friend that I call pretty often, and he's loud as a motorbike. And I'm like, dude, just tone it down. But that's just the way he is, just loud 24/7. But he's smart, he's a smart guy, but he's just loud. He's just very, very loud. Likes to be heard.
Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir. I had one or two other things I wanted to quiz you about, but I might have forgotten. So I think I might just leave it like that. But before we go, just want your thoughts on the rest of the year. Do you watch the big races here in North America and in America and all those big races, the Breeders' Cup and so forth?
Yeah,
Any thoughts on those?
I watched the Breeders' Cup. I honestly said there, I've been so busy the last 5 weeks. I haven't watched a whole lot of races. I mean, normally day to day, I'll take in maybe 20, 30 races, but I've been so busy with work, just haven't. And then, sometimes at night, I would go back and watch all the Woodbine, if wherever Rockwood's riding, go watch the replays and stuff like that. But I haven't been. But I watched the Breeders' Cup. It was a great, great, great Breeders' Cup. It was unfortunate with the White Obario and the Safi Joseph connection that he didn't remain the trainer of that horse. But I think he ran second in one race and maybe third in another, so he hit the board. But I can see in the not so distant future, he'll win his first Breeders' Cup. Also for the Kentucky Derby, he's like one good owner away from, winning the Kentucky Derby. So, yeah, I've been watching the races, and yeah, they're very good, very competitive. I think
No,
the horse stock in North America is very, very good.
cool. Now that the trainer was Rick Dutrow.
Yeah, Rick Dutcher Jr. Yeah,
So speaking of him, I know he's just come back from a lengthy ban,
yeah,
um, well publicized and everything else. And last night, today's Monday. So last
yeah.
night I actually watched a little clip on CBS on 60 Minutes, and they were talking about horse doping.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you had a chance to watch it,
I did not
and
watch it. No.
maybe you can get a chance. It's on social media
Okay.
everywhere. Um, so you didn't watch it, so you don't have any thoughts on it, but is something. I guess that goes way back. So
Man,
I'll
look,
leave that alone since you didn't watch it.
yeah, some people, they'll push the envelope, they'll try things, they'll give their horses things to make them run little bit faster. Um, that is one thing I respect about Barbados is we probably run the cleanest races. Well, maybe Europe, so I can't say Barbados, but they're kind of under that umbrella. So I'm proud that Barbados is normally a clean place. Can't use this, can't use that. And I think Ted and I were on together, and I'm like, that's what I like about Bajan races. We are literally, I want to say, dope free, and we do all the steroid testing. Yeah. So they're proactive in Barbados. But the rest of the world, that's kind of a gray area. It's what you consider doping, what you consider this. But I'm hoping for someday in North America where, you run just off oats, grass, and vitamins. Hoping. It's coming. I mean, still have a long way to go. But,
Now, I want to ask you about that because I think I saw a piece on the clip, and one of the guys who were being interviewed was saying, a guy will go out and claim a horse, and after the claim, the horse can come back and run 2-3 seconds faster than it did before. And he said it's literally impossible to do. So, is that true?
it's not. It's not. It's not. I mean, people look. If you claim a horse as a trainer, you're looking to see, okay, I can move this horse forward a couple of lengths or a class or two. So that's like, one-on-one and claiming, or there's these 2 races coming up in 6 weeks that we can run him here and win. There's always a plan. You just don't claim a horse for claiming its sake. There's something that intrigues you about the horse, and you're like, okay, we're going to get this one. And there's always a plan going forward. So I don't buy into that. And people usually claim off trainers that they can move the horse up on, I mean, there's people in Barbados that I know, okay, if I get this horse from this trainer, I'm going to move him forward. So I don't think it's a doping thing. But you look at the condition of horse. Okay, if I put 50 pounds of muscle on him, if I do this, if I do that, he'll move forward. But I don't think it's a doping thing. I don't think people. Yeah, I mean, it's so stringent now. I mean, different tracks allow different things, you know. All right, that is the wife. So
that is the cue.
yep, that is my signing off tone.
Well, Darwin, again, thank you for coming on, man. I know it's been tough because you're on your way home. So
Yes, sir.
thanks again. Been a pleasure.
All right, Derek, you take it easy, and I'll give you that horse name in a month's time.
All right, my man. Until next time, all right? You be safe now.
Thank you. Signing out. You guys have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
All right.
All right.
Darwin Clarke, spilling the beans a little bit. I already know what he's talking about. Maybe you guys do too. You'll figure it out, but I already know who he's talking about. But I won't spill the beans. I'm not going to say a word because I'm pretty sure somebody else will. All right. So I guess until next time, until we talk again, right? Let's do it next time. Peace.